So we are pulling those out. Sorry.
Okay. Good morning. We're here for our weekly Marion County Board of Commissioners meeting. It is Wednesday, October 23rd already, 2024. It's 9 a.m. We're here in the Senator hearing room. Good morning to everybody. And as always, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, if you'll join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we're working on a few projects that are going to help people find liberty and justice and pursuit of happiness, aren't we, Commissioner?
Hopefully.
Yeah. We got some good reports yesterday about some people that are in a program that's going to help them out.
That's true.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw Ryan's report on the
I'm super distracted right now.
Restore.
Sorry.
I'm bringing you
You're
back.
talking about the Restore Court and House Bill
Restore.
4002.
It's been a long morning already.
Restore Court, all those good things that are happening.
Yes, we did get a nice email from Ryan.
Yeah, we don't have anybody signed up for public comment, so I thought I'd make my own comments. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Look at you, look at you bringing us back. Absolutely. Yeah,
I'm still in that last meeting.
The chair doesn't have many
I'm really
prerogatives.
irritated. Do you ever come out of a meeting and you're just like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still in it and I gotta do
yeah.
something about it?
Never happens.
I'm in it right now. And when we
All
get
right.
out of here, I'm going right back into
All right, well, here. Let me gavel us a little bit. And
Okay.
I'll say,
I'm
here
ready.
we are. So we're going to do the consent calendar. If I don't remember who it is, so whichever one of you
I would
wants
love to do it.
All right.
It's not
so
very
sure.
often that I get a 3-item consent calendar.
Is it only 3?
Yeah. Mr. Chair, I have moved the consent agenda under Community Services, approve the sub-recipient agreement with the City of Mount Angel, provide community development block grant funding in the amount of $500,000 to help support the Railroad Avenue Reconstruction Project retroactive July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2027. Under Finance, approve an amended quitclaim deed for the private sale of tax foreclosed lot 533053 from Marion County to the Kane Joint Revocable Living Trust. Under Human Resources, approve the recommendation to update the classification and adjust the pay grades upward for class codes 433 mechanic, 434 fleet shop supervisor, 435 mechanic senior, 437 parts specialist, 438 fleet specialist, 540 environmental health specialist 1, and 541 environmental health specialist 2, and update the classification and uphold the pay grades for class codes 184 data specialist senior, 185 data specialist, and 539 environmental health specialist 3.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? But you should have some, because if not, we're going to get done in record time. We have a public hearing at 9:30, so.
That's all right, Commissioner.
Okay.
We have plenty of work to do.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Our first item under action, Commander Landers, you're here to consider approval of a contract for services with Converge One, Inc. Welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Jeremy Landers. I'm the Operations Division Commander for the Sheriff's Office.
Hey, Jeremy.
So I'm here to speak with you this morning about a courthouse camera upgrade project that's been in the works for quite some time. I'm asking you to consider approval of a contract for Converge One, Inc. in the amount of $761,383.68, or 68 cents, sorry. What this project is going to do is it's going to upgrade the camera infrastructure within the courthouse to be able to help us make some enhancements there. Currently, we're operating 3 standalone systems that don't function well cohesively. This will give us a chance to bring that up to a standard that's consistent with the county's camera approach countywide. The current hardware in that system is about 30 years old, so it's very dated as far as the technology goes. There are some additional enhancements as a part of this project, including some panic button installation both in the courthouse as well as across the street over here as well. Overall, it'll give us enhanced video monitoring stations and a better way to just monitor activity in the courthouse itself. As you may be aware, courthouse security is something that is a mandated function for the sheriff.
Questions?
Nope.
I don't have any questions either. I was going to make one up just to kind of keep this thing going. Thank you for your work.
We'll take a recess. You got 20 minutes
That's
or so.
okay, yeah.
Okay, you ready for a motion?
I sure am.
All right, I move to approve the contract for services with Converge One Inc. in the amount of $761,383.68 for the Marion County Courthouse Surveillance System Upgrade Project through June 30th, 2025.
I second the motion.
Motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, Jeremy, thank you.
Thank you for record time.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good
Let's
day.
take a recess.
So I will recess board meeting, and we will return, well, I guess I just recessed. We'll return at 9:30 for a public hearing on the supplemental budget. Okay, we're coming back from a recess, and as soon as my watch says 9:30, I'll open a public hearing. There we go. All right, I'll open a public hearing to consider adopting the fiscal year 2024-25 first supplemental budget, and staff is here to give us the report.
Great. Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Daniel Dotto, Senior Budget Analyst with the Finance Department and representing the budget team. And in accordance with local budget law and county policies, I'm here to present the first supplemental budget of fiscal year 24-25. In total, the 24-25 budget will increase $732.8 million to a total of $757.3 million, reflecting an addition of $24.5 million. Appropriations increased by $16.9 million and 16.6 new FTE positions were added, bringing the total to 1,675 FTE in the county. Notable items highlighted in the supplemental budget include the addition of a COLA, or cost of living adjustment. During planning for the adopted budget, COLA adjustments were not included for 5 bargaining units since negotiations were still in progress. Instead, funds were set aside in the county budget to be reallocated to departments through the first supplemental budget. Now that bargaining is complete, the supplemental budget includes 4% COLAs for the following units: Oregon Nurses Association, Marion County Law Enforcement Association, Marion County Employees Association, Marion County Parole and Probation Officers, Marion County Juvenile Employees Association, and finally all other non-represented units. Another notable addition in the supplemental are the allocation of House Bill 4002 funds. House Bill 4002 was passed during the 2024 Oregon legislative session. It reclassified certain drug violations as misdemeanors and provided funding for deflection and addiction treatment programs across the state. Marion County has received approximately $1.4 million for these initiatives this year and is allocating those resources to support diversion services as follows. The district attorney's office is receiving $207,000, which includes funding for 2 full-time positions. Health and Human Services is receiving $96,000, which includes funding for 1 full-time position. The Sheriff's Office is receiving $506,000, which includes funding for 4 full-time positions. Other staffing changes are as follows. Health and Human Services is receiving 2.8 full-time positions for mental health and administrative staff. Human Services is getting 1 full-time senior project manager for to assist in the ERP replacement project. Information Technology, they're just adjusting their FTE slightly. They're reducing by 0.2 for one of their support technicians. And then finally, the Sheriff's Office is adding 6 new parole and probation deputy sheriff positions. These positions are funded through House Bill 5204 for community corrections and deflections programs. Finally, net working capital was adjusted to actual for all funds with carry forward balances. This is reflecting county policy. Capital improvement projects changed to reflect their status as carry forward, modified, completed in the prior year, or new. All projects are listed in the executive summaries capital projects table. And I just wanted to note, based on some valuable feedback we received during the management update where we presented the supplemental budget, we plan to introduce an updated capital project summary table in the next supplemental budget. This update will provide additional details about these projects, including funding sources and factors driving those changes. So we're looking forward to just improving how we present this information to you. I also want to note that the capital table in the executive summary reflects corrections to the project status column presented at the management update. Just a couple of these projects were previously marked as modified, but upon further review, they were corrected to carry forward status. So this version includes all those corrections, but no dollar amount changes, just the status level. Just last couple things, public notice of the budget hearing was published in the Woodburn Independent, and it was made available for review in the board's office and posted on the county website. We do that for all our supplementals. And then finally, the fund level details are available in the supplemental budget packet if you want to get more information in depth. And then if there are no other questions, there is a resolution in front of you to sign.
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
If I may,
Commissioner Wells.
I do have a question. Thank you, Daniel, for this table that you gave us and for updating it. This was super helpful to me.
Thank you.
And I just want to make sure that the lowly uneducated commissioner understands what I'm looking at here. So carry forward when it's a positive number means that we had appropriated a certain amount of money for a project last budget. They didn't spend all the money that was appropriated, and so we're carrying it forward into the new budget.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
So here's my question. If there's a negative number, what does that mean?
So that can mean a couple different things. Most often it's that, so when we're doing our budget development time, it's usually in that January to March timeframe, we're making an estimate of how much of that project will remain uncompleted.
Yeah.
And then so when we get to the first supplemental budget timeframe, we're just truing up to what our estimate was. So it could be that we thought we were going to get less of the project done in the prior fiscal year, and we got more of it done than we anticipated. Therefore, we budgeted more than was needed for that particular project. In that case, then we are negatively reducing the project budget because we got more done in the prior year, fiscal year.
Okay.
But the project did not change, correct?
I understand that, but here's my question. So
Budgeted less.
yeah, so let's say I budget $500,000 in year one.
Yep.
In order for me to spend more than $500,000, I would have had to have amended that budget, right? Because doesn't the budget give me spending authority up to a certain amount of money?
Yep.
So does this presume these negative numbers? In order for this to be the case, I would have had to have amended the previous budget, or how? That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm
I see
wrestling
what you're
with.
saying. Yeah, we don't typically amend the budget down in the year that it is
That's what I thought.
budgeted for. Yeah. So like
So-
I see. So like in the third supplemental budget, the final. So we're like, we're not going to spend what we thought we were going to spend. So maybe we should adjust it down to reflect what
But we don't do that.
Correct.
Perfect. That's super helpful.
We're not.
Thank you.
And the reason for that is because supplemental budgets are typically just driven by appropriations, and so since we don't need those appropriation dollars to be
Got it.
increased, we wouldn't
Got it.
adjust. Yeah.
That's fine. I have no problem with the process. It's
Yeah.
helpful for me to understand it.
Yeah, and also I wanted to add too that many of our capital projects are multi-year.
Yeah.
So there's really two budgets for one capital project. If it's multi-year, there's the multi-year total project budget, and then there's the budget for a given fiscal year.
Yep.
So those are both changing. The total project budget would have to go through a modification project to change.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could have a carry forward even though the total budget doesn't change.
Correct.
The total project
Yep.
budget doesn't
Now,
change.
if there's a modification to a project, we try to indicate that, and that's what's in that table,
Yeah.
so that we're trying to really be clear about what's driving the change. If it's a
I
modified,
really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that was
we
our
even bring
conversation.
more information about that to you in further
Yes, that's super helpful.
as we update this how it's presented. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Very helpful.
Questions?
No.
Yeah, I think I was trying to follow the logic. It's like, okay, we have this capital project that's going to be over 3 years or whatever, and you don't stop the project just because you say you said $500,000 budgeted, so we have, let's say $1.5 million over 3 years, $500,000, and they get more work done. You don't stop that project this year and wait till next year. So that's where the changes are happening. And the adjustments that we're seeing for that.
Yeah, and there's so many in our budget
Yeah.
right now. I think about 200 in total.
I don't know, the last 10
So we're
years.
just constantly adjusting, the budget for these projects. Yeah.
That's all we've been doing for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, over 200, I believe. Yeah.
Lots of good things.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good presentation. We have nobody signed up for public comment, either in support or in opposition. Any other comments?
I think the only thing that I would say is that for the people who are paying attention to this, that this supplemental has the breakdown of the departments who are receiving funding under House Bill 4002, the recriminalization effort for drugs. And I think they've been curious as to how we're gonna spend that money. This, breaks it down as far as staffing, not necessarily like program outcome, but it has the sheriff's office and the district attorney's office and the health department kind of itemized with some notes. This is on the website, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's on the budget internet page, and then
it's posted for this meeting, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
and then on the
so
board
people have
session.
access.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think what I love about this is that you've added some notes to
Yeah.
it. It's not just numbers on a page for people to guess.
Yes.
And I think that's really helpful.
Yeah, all our supplemental budgets too are on the budget finance internet page. Even we think we keep about 3 or 4 years of historical up there as well.
Right. Yes, if you want to dive into the entire process, go to the finance page. But just to see this, quickly, you can go to the Board of Commissioners meeting page and it's on there. Yeah.
Yeah, and page 7 is the one you were just referring to on House Bill 4002 that gets a breakout of positions and where that money's going. Yeah, all right. If there is no other discussion, I will I'll take a motion to close the public hearing and approve a resolution to adopt the fiscal year 24-25 fiscal supplemental budget.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to close the public hearing, and I will do that. And we will approve the resolution approval of resolution to adopt the fiscal year 24-25 first supplemental budget. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so that is done. And we're done.
Okay,
All
great.
right, Daniel, thank you. Good work.
All right, thank you.
Lots of preparation. Okay. You probably need this for the record. Well, let's see if we're going to close the meeting yet. Any other discussion?
I
No?
don't have any. I feel like I've discussed so far.
How you doing now?
I'm ready to go back.
Okay, let's
That's what I
go.
was
All
doing.
right, we will adjourn.